Welcome to I Am One, where I am one with the Creator and one with myself. Today is the day for what is called the Lion's Gate Portal. Let me just read briefly what that means. So, I mean, I don't know if you've heard it. I've never heard of it before. I've witnessed and experienced years of 8/8, August 8th, but did not ever hear of this term. So the Lionsgate portal is called this because it says every year on August 8th, an astrological event called the Lionsgate portal opens in the sky. Astrologers consider this an opportune day for manifestation or concentrating on what you want to make it a reality. Psychologist named Charlotte Kirsten, she defines manifestation as belief that you can intentionally create your reality through belief or pattern action. Say that again. She defines manifestation as belief that you can intentionally create your reality through belief or pattern action. I want to focus on those last two words, pattern action. It is one thing to have belief that you can manifest the wealth, you can manifest the relationship, you can manifest the children, you can manifest the home, you can manifest whatever it is that is your heart's desire. It's one thing to believe that you can do it. But there's another part of that we always, and most times I'll say it that way, because you have to be careful about saying always. But there's one part that most often we want to overlook because it is easy to say, I believe I receive. Remember in the church, I believe I receive, I shall have it. But the other part of that is your pattern action. And I love the word before action, not just action or actions, plural, but a pattern of action. A pattern. That means there's some consistency there. That means that there is some, not just the intention, but the willingness to do it again and again and again, and if need be, again. Pattern action. So I've been listening to several YouTube videos and people talking about the Lionsgate portal, and I mean, it's coming up, so your recommendations for YouTube, they're just blowing up the chain because every other recommendation is talking about the Lionsgate portal. But the one of several people that I listen to, her name is Queen Poe. I've mentioned her before in other videos. She was talking about that during this time there are things that you're going to do or should do to get ready for the portal to be open, that opportunity, once it is there, for you to take advantage of it. Now, I've heard that the power of the portal started on July 28th, and it will be available through, I believe it's August 12th. I could be wrong. I could be off a day or two there, but there's this window of space. It culminates on today, but the power, the energy of it will still be available a few days past 8/8. So if you're listening to this and it's 8/9, 8/10, or 11, you're still within that window of time. What she did, she gave some pointers as you're preparing to tap into manifesting what that desire is for you, what that want is for you, what that goal is for you. There's some back end work. Some call it shadow work, but to me it's whatever you need to do to be prepared. And hence that's the song that I chose for this episode. It's called The Work Part 1 by Prince on his Rainbow Children CD. I have to admit, I did not really appreciate him when he was on this side of the dirt. But since he has passed, and with my awakening, the words in some of his songs, he was really speaking some truth. And I don't even think he fully understood what he was saying, but something tapped into him, and he released it through his songs. But this particular song talks about, I am willing to do the work. Now, he's talking about, the father and the son and the relationship and those kinds of things. And I have nothing against that. But the essence of the word is, are you willing to do the work? There's one part that says, do what I got to do. Do what I got to do. And so let me tell you what that may look like, because when we say do the work and do what I got to do, most times we think, okay, let me get a second job. Let me make work and get the overtime. Let me do this and do that. That may be part of it. But the other side of it may be having a heart-to-heart with yourself, having a conversation with yourself to ask yourself, why do I want this? Why do I want this to manifest? Why is this a goal for me? Why is this such a strong urge, need, want for me? Why do I feel I have a right to have this? And part of that may be you need to come to grips with saying, I have a right to have this. I have a right to be happy. I have a right to X, Y, and Z, whatever X, Y, Z equals for you. That maybe that is doing the work for you, to coming to grips with, I deserve this, is my inherent right to have it. It is basically part of my inheritance. I should have this. I'm supposed to have this. I was born to have this. I was born to create this. I was born to live in this. I was born to experience this, whatever the case may be. That may be the work for you. For some, the work may be, again, maybe taking on some extra hours, putting some extra money on the side. When that opportunity comes, you are ready to take advantage of it. For some, you may have been going and going and going, and you have worked yourself to the bone and you have worn yourself out. And for you, your manifestation may look like, or doing the work for you to manifest in this time may look like you just sitting your tail down. You have done everything you can do. You have prayed all the prayers you can pray. You have put things aside. Everything you have sacrificed, and you have done and done and done and done. And now with this window of opportunity coming upon us, it is time for you, dear one, to just sit down. To just sit down. Sitting down may be doing some self-care. You've been ripping and running, helping everybody else. You've been giving it to everybody else. You've been sacrificing to everybody else. You got your prayer list. There's about 25, 30 names on it, and you call those names out every day, in the morning, at noon, at night, whenever their name pops in your head, you're going, and you're thinking about everybody else, and you're doing for everybody else while you're waiting for your breakthrough. And now it is time for you to just sit and take care of you. Go get a massage. Get a manicure. Just lay in bed. Take a day off. You have sick time that you're scared to use because you think that's going to make you not look like you're loyal. And who's going to be thinking about your loyalty when you're dead and gone? Because work is still going to have to get done. Take your time. Don't apologize for it. Don't be sad about it. Don't feel bad about it. I remember when I was going to school, and I'm still like that even with work. Or if I had to miss a day of school because I was sick, then I would cry. Not because I was sick, but because I was going to miss a day of school. I don't feel well, and I still try to push and work through it and get to work so I can get the job done for the day. It is time, if that is you, to take this time to take care of yourself. My birthday recently passed, and I was home alone. My husband was out of town. My son is living out in a different state, and he wasn't going to come home until the following day. And so I, for the first time in a long time, had my birthday day to myself out to lunch. And I pampered myself, and I took care of me. And whatever I wanted to do, I didn't have to ask if it was okay. I didn't have to clear the schedule with anybody else. That day was my day. Some of you need to do that. Some of you don't even know what that looks like. You're afraid to even tap into that. But you need to do it. If you really want to see manifestation, that's the work you need to do. You need to work on yourself. Some of you, you have this idea that you really want it, but you're not sure you deserve it. You really want it, but you think somebody else would be better at it. You really want it, but you don't think you're good enough, smart enough, that anybody would recommend you, anybody would even look your way to consider you, anybody would even suggest you to be part of the conversation. And that has to stop. You are well qualified. There's a song, I am motivated by music because I'm a singer. I play a musical instrument. So I'm motivated by music. I'm motivated by the beat. I'm motivated by the words. I'm motivated. It motivates me. And that is what helps drive me thrive and to try to achieve and do whatever I think I'm called to do. There's a song by NSYNC, and maybe one of these days I'll play that song. It's called Do Your Thing. And part of that song says there's no excuse for losing your feet and drowning in defeat. There's no excuse for that. Do what you need to do. And here's the other kicker. They say, and we're not taught to think this way, but they say, believe can't nobody do it better than you. Of course somebody could do it better than you. But in order for you to do what you can do in the way that you do it, you have to get that mindset. Believe that can't nobody do it better than you. Arrogant thing, it is a way to get you to move. It is a way for you to do your very best. It is a way for you to shine. Not that you're trying to prove to somebody else, but you're doing it because you can't help it. If you don't do it, something is wrong. Sure, somebody else could come in there and they could do it the way that they do it. Would they get the same result? Would they have the same amount of success? Sure, a lot of people can do what you do. A lot of people can do it in a way that you wouldn't think to do it. But if they're not the person to be there, if they're not the one that space has been held for, oh my God, if they're not the one that the space has been held for, it really doesn't matter. Yeah, they can push the team along and they can make things happen, but they were not the one that space was truly held for. It was held for you. And this is the time to walk in that. This is the time to claim it, and not just claim it. This is the time to say, this is mine, damn it, and I'm going to take it. And I'm going to walk in it. And I'm not going to apologize for the way that I know I'm going to make it happen. But here's a couple things she told us to do, or she recommended that you do while you're preparing for this. Let's do a deep cleanse. I cleaned my house last night, and I didn't do a deep cleanse because, look, I worked all day, and then I had to come home, and I ran to the store because we had a team meeting today. So there are some things I had to do after work. I got up at 5 in the morning so I can be at work by 7, and I get there about 20 minutes early so that I can have a little time of meditation in my office before I start doing my work. And I don't leave until 5. And I have an hour drive, so I don't get home till 6. And then ran to the store, got some gas, had to get a couple things for our team meeting for today. So really, I didn't get settled until almost 8 o'clock. And so I got some Florida water and I washed my floors. I did some incense and I cleaned the house spiritually, cleaned myself spiritually, and got ready for this day. Deal with whatever you need to deal with. Start affirming yourself. I am perfect. That's what I've been saying to myself lately. I am perfect. No one's perfect but God. I am perfect is what I've been saying to myself. I didn't say I never do anything wrong. Here's the difference. I didn't say I never do anything wrong. I said I am perfect. I'm the one. I should be here. I was born to do this. I was born to be in existence at this time. I am perfect. As above, so below, as within, so without. Oh yes, I am perfect. And guess what? So are you. My house. I mean, I was on the floor and I was literally washing the floor in the kitchen, in the dining room, in our bathroom, literally on my hands and knees with Florida water in a bowl with my rag, washing the floor, cleansing it physically as well as spiritually. I got some incense, some dry herbs, and a dried lemon, and burned that, walk through the home, cleansed it spiritually and physically, cleansed myself, talk to myself, affirming myself. Yeah, you got to do the work, but do the work. I'm willing to do the work. As tired as I was willing to take another half hour, another 45 minutes, however long it took to get that done, to do it. That's how serious manifestation is. It's not just about saying, I'm going to have X, Y, and Z. I speak it into existence and then sit back and don't do a damn thing. Oh, there's work to be done. And then tonight, deciding whether or not I should even come on. There's so much stuff I hear about manifestation, the Lionsgate portal, blah, 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 blah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Saturated, but good stuff. But this song kept popping in my head. Willing to do the work. And hear me, it is not just for this time, though this is a peak time. It's only once a year that 8/8, that August the 8th, rolls around. And if that is true, what is going on in the sky, in the cosmos, in the universe, why not take advantage of it? Why not speak forth whatever it is that you believe that you should have, that you desire, that you want, and not just want, that you know you will see come to pass? I want a whole bunch of stuff. But I know what I have spoken is going to come to pass. And I'm acting as if it's already here. I'm acting as if I've already received the phone call, as if I've already received the mail, as if I've already gone to wherever. Hear what I'm saying? It is your time to shine. So again, if you're listening to this and and the 8th has already passed, you are still within that window. Do what you need to do. Do what you gotta do, as Prince said. Do the work. Clean yourself. Clean your home. Clean house. This morning, before I left for work, I said a prayer before my ancestor altar and gave them an offering. And I said to them in so many words, thanking them for their strength and their courage, thanking them for what they tried to accomplish while they were on this side, and given the time that they were alive, things were different for them, much different for them than they are for me right now. But I thank them for their strength. I'm holding on and not backing off and not letting go, even in their limitations that they had. I thank them for holding on and not giving up, because they didn't, that's why I'm here. And because my husband's ancestors didn't give up, that's why he's here, and that's how we were able to come together. They didn't give up. They did the work. They couldn't achieve everything that they wanted to achieve given the time that they were living, but they did not give up. Who are we to sit around moping and whining and crying and having a pity party about what I don't have and what I can't get? Shut the noise and start singing a new tune. And I began to I say the word, I began to prophesy over myself. I began to put it out in the universe, and I began to say to them, I began to speak abundance over me and over our household. I began to speak not just abundant, but limitless abundance. What does that mean? For me, the way I felt it in my spirit, in the core of my existence, was ongoing. So it wasn't so much that there's an abyss and there's no what's the word? There's no floor where that it's going to be the floor and to the ceiling, and that's as high as it goes, or that's the depth of the space that's available. No, for me it was more like a turnover. That's the word. It was a turnover. It was a turnover of abundance. I kept trying to remember, how did I say that this morning? How did I word that? I knew first I said limitless, but it was more than just limitless as infinity. And while infinity is part of that, to me it was about turnover. That once I saw this, it would turn over and manifest and expand and multiply and grow into something else, and then it would grow into something else, and it would grow, that it would not stop. Once the ball started to roll, it would not stop. Turnover abundance. Thank you, ancestors, for bringing that back. Turnover abundance. See it once. Don't just see it twice. It is a limitless turning over and turning over and turning over. And more I give into it, the more I get back in. And it turns over and it turns over. And if this is all I have to give right now to move that forward, it turns over and it doubles it and it triples it and it quadruples and it's 1,000-fold. It is a limitless turning over of abundance. That is the word. That over you. But I'm careful to do that because in order to speak that over you, or in order for you to receive it, you got to be willing to do the work, whatever the work is and whatever the work means for you. And you've got to determine you're ready for it. You have to determine that I'm not afraid to succeed. Yeah, you thought I was going to say fail. I'm not afraid to succeed. I'm not afraid to see what I said is going to happen. One of the things I said when I took over as supervisor over the team that I now manage was that I was going to change the narrative. I was going to be the supervisor to help this team change the narrative. And in a year's time, 16 months' time, that narrative has changed. Oh, there's still lots to do. But the narrative has changed. I spoke it. And it is so. And when I end my prayer or my affirmation, that's what I say. As above, so below. As within, so without. I have spoken it and it is so. Not it's going to be, not I hope so. I say it is so. And I mean it. I wasn't always that way, but I am now. And I am not backing off of it. And in this window of time, I can't wait for somebody else to pump me up and tell me that you can do this. You've got this. You were the one chosen to do this. I got to know that I was the one when nobody is backing me, when nobody is sending me emails saying how great of a job you're doing, when I don't get a phone call or when I get criticized for this or a question about that. I still know I was meant to be here. I still know I'm the right one for this. I'm the perfect one for this position. I'm the perfect one to be here right now for such a time as this. It is me. That's not arrogance. And it's not saying I know everything, but it's saying I know what I know. It's saying I knew that I was supposed to be, that I was supposed to apply, I was going to be, and all the hard work, I knew it was going to be a struggle. I knew it was going to be painful. I knew there was going to be resistance. And yet I still get up every morning and I go do the damn thing, willing to do the work. Exhausted and have to take time for myself, but willing to do the work. What say you? I don't know what that looks like for you, but I spoke to my ancestors before I left the house. And when I got to work, I spoke. I have a mini altar that I set up at work. It doesn't look like it, but it's that way on purpose because I'm not trying to tell folks my business. But at the same time, this lifestyle goes with me. And I cleanse my office. And I speak my affirmations there in my office. When I'm there, the first one to walk in the building in the morning. And I close my office door. Oh, yeah, I'm in there. I'm pumping myself up. Not because I don't believe. I believe it so much so I'm willing to stand there and say it. As foolish as it sounds, as silly as I may look, I am there saying it, speaking it, calling it out. So you have a very unique time frame to work with here. And see it as setting yourself up, getting yourself aligned with the heavens, getting yourself in position to see it, to be it, to do it, to watch it open up right before your eyes. But only you and you alone believe it. And I want to say it again the way the professor said or the psychologist said it. It's a great thing to believe it. But what are your pattern actions going to be? I love that. What are your pattern actions going to be? What are you going to do? What are you going to keep doing? What are you going to set in motion? And do it as many times as you think you need to do. And it's not necessarily the same thing. I don't say the exact same thing to myself every day, but I say something that I know I need to hear, what comes up in my spirit. I allow it to pass through my lips, and I let it rise up to the ethers so that it can be established. What are you going to do? What is going to be your pattern action? Maybe for some of you, that means you're going to have to deal with some relationship issues, some boundary issues. Maybe you're going to have, you're okay with yourself, but you're going to have a heart-to-heart with your spouse, your significant other, your children, your supervisor, your coworkers, your subordinates, your neighbors. Maybe you're going to have to set some new boundaries. Maybe you're going to have to share just a little bit more than you normally would that you're more comfortable with because you've been nice. Here's something I said regarding my staff this morning. There's some staff that have been given grace time after time after time after time. And grace has run out. Not because it's time to be mean, not because it's time to be nasty, not because it's time to not treat them as a human. No, 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 no. That is not what grace or grace running out looks like. Grace running out means, okay, I've done my part to help you. I've done my part to show you. I've done my part to assist you. I've given you time to get it together. And the more time I give you, the more time you take. The more I talk to try to explain, the more you say you still don't understand. When it's been perfectly clear. And so for those who still want to be part of the team, grace has run out. Accountability is going to be accountability across the board. Expectations are going to remain high. That's what that looks like for me. What does it look like for you? What are those boundaries that you need to set, especially when it comes to family? Setting boundaries with family does not mean you no longer love them or that you love them less. Setting boundaries with family is because you love yourself. And while you want them to be part of your life and you want them to be part of the special events and all those things, they need to know the line that they cannot cross. They need to know the respect that you expect in the relationship. And some family members, they feel like because they're family and because you've been close so long, that they get a pass. And you let them have that pass because you're family. You love them, they're family. But a hard truth some of you are going to have to accept, and I had to as well. That's the only reason why I can talk this way. While we're family, that doesn't necessarily make you my friend. Ooh, we're family. Blood of our ancestors runs through my veins, they run through your veins. We're family. There is no denying that. There is no trying to run away from it. There's no escaping it. We are family. But that doesn't necessarily make you my friend. Because you know your friends you wouldn't let do that, or maybe some friends you do let do that, and you're going to have to tighten up on them as well. I'm talking about pattern action. And they're hard. But that's why it's called a pattern. You do it, and you do it, and you do it, and you do it. Or you expect it, and you expect it, and you expect it, and you expect it. And it's not about being a hard ass or being so rigid that there can't be flexibility and there can't be quote unquote grace. But at the same time, there's still a line that cannot be crossed. And if that line is crossed, once you've made it clear, there's consequences and repercussions. And if you're trying to manifest, let me rephrase. And if you know that you're manifesting, that you're doing the work to manifest, but you're allowing this roadblock to stay in your way, that limitless, that how did I word it? That turning over of abundance may turn once or twice, but it's not going to continue to turn until you deal with everything. How bad do you want it? How bad? How much can you taste it? Future, but you see it right now. But you keep letting this one little thing cloud it. You keep letting this one person push you farther away from the goal line. They'll let you get to 50 yards. They'll let you get to 40 and 30 and 20, but you're right there, inches away, and they won't let you cross. They keep denying you to your abundance. But here's the truthful way of saying it. You keep letting them stop you from going all the way over. I got to say it that way because it's easy to blame somebody else for why you can't do, why you can't get, why you can't be, why you don't have. Easy work. The hard work is I'm no longer going to allow you to keep me from meeting my goal, getting this benchmark made so that I can go to the next step. I'm no longer going to allow you to stunt my growth. I don't care who you are. I love you with all my heart. But I will not allow you to stunt my growth, to keep me from seeing that turnover of abundance. I can't do it. So my dreams depend on it. And if I continue to let you be the roadblock, if I keep letting your words sound louder than my words, be more truthful than my words, be more real than my words, have more importance than my words, I have a problem. And there's no wonder I'm getting only so far. I'm seeing only so much. I'm manifesting to one spot or to a certain spot. Man, I was only coming on for a couple minutes. It is your time to shine. Don't do all the cleaning, physical cleaning. But you're afraid to do the real hard spiritual core cleaning. But it's worth pain. It's worth every second of you being uncomfortable. It's worth every second of you shedding a tear, getting upset, maybe even disappointed with yourself, but do not allow yourself to stay there. That is the coming to grips. That is seeing yourself face to face, looking at the acne, looking at the wrinkles, looking at the discoloration, whatever the case may be. It's looking at it and moving past it. So with all that said, let's end this time with just a few seconds, minutes of just some deep cleaning. Just a few minutes with me, and then you can continue on your own doing it the way that it works for you, your meditation, your time of yoga, whatever that looks like for you, however that looks like for you, you can continue and make your practice and take it to the next level. But before I do my ending for this episode, let's just sit. Let's just sit. Wherever you are, just get a comfortable place. Sit in the bed, sit on a comfortable chair, your lounge chair, dining room chair, sofa. I don't care. Sit on the floor. If you need to get away from family, the kids, if there's someone there that can watch the kids, maybe go run in the bathroom, sit on the toilet, sit in the tub, go sit in the car. But just find a quiet place to sit. And with all that I've said, whatever part resonated with you, whatever part pricked you, whatever part challenged you, whatever part helped a light bulb to come on, I want you to just sit and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in, I just want breathe from your stomach area, so that when you're taking a breath in, your stomach is expanding. So it looks like you're going to have a pot belly as you're breathing in. Allow your stomach to expand. Breathe in and hold it for 4 counts. Ready? Breathe. And hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now blow it all out. And as you blow it out, allow your stomach to come back in. Expand and then contract. Expand. You get the idea. So let's blow. Let's inhale one more time. Inhale. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and blow it out. Your eyes closed. I just want you to allow all today's stress, even the stress of what I was talking about, because I'm sure it got you a little tense, or maybe it got you fired up, or maybe it got you to a place where you were trying to defend why you feel or why you've acted or why you've allowed, whatever the case may be. We're not judging. We're here in love. Let it go. Just sit, your eyes closed, and allow your back to remain straight, but allow, you can feel when you just relax. Your shoulders are down, your neck is free, there's no tension in your head, your forehead where your eyebrows are coming together. Let them have their space. Let your eyebrows have their space. Yeah, it's okay to smile. Release it all. Feel the pressure come off as if it's melting away, as if it's like water and it's just rolling off of your skin. And it's rolling down your arm. It's rolling down your fingertips. It's rolling down your chest and your stomach and your pelvis area. It's rolling down your legs. It's rolling down your knees, down your shins, down your feet, and off of your toenails. It's all just rolling away. It's dripping away, washing away. Feel that vibration. It is washing away. Feel it. It is washing away. Feel it in your face. It is washing away. Feel it in the crown of your head. Your scalp is even relaxed. Let it just wash away. Just move your fingers Just how when you sprinkle water, just do that motion with your fingers. Yeah, yeah. You're sprinkling it all away. You're releasing it. It is no longer yours. It doesn't serve you anymore. It doesn't feed you anymore. It doesn't birth you anymore. It doesn't nurture you anymore. It doesn't help you in your growth anymore. Just, just, just sprinkle it all away. You're not mad. You're not regretful. You're not beating yourself up. You just know that it's time to say goodbye to it. Just flick it away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Every time you bring your fingers to just flick it, to just sprinkle it away, that's another inch. That's another tear. That's another headache. It is gone. Say goodbye. Mm, mm. And now as you sit, turn your palms, the palms of your hands upward. Just put your hands in front of you, but have the palms facing toward the sky. As you have flicked everything away and you've sprinkled everything away that is no longer serving, that's no longer bringing you joy, bringing you peace, bringing you what it used to. Let's just put it that way. It's not doing what it used to because it served its purpose. Or you've held on long enough and now you know it's time to release it. Now that you have released it, hold your hands facing the sky. In your mind's eye, I want you to feel a weight. Don't get nervous. I want you to feel a weight. Let me tell you what the weight is. The weight is your self-love. The weight is knowing that you are loved by you. You've heard many other people tell you they love you. But sitting where you're sitting, with your hands to the sky, say to yourself, whatever your name is, I love you. Feel the weight of your own love in the palms of your hands. You feel it? You've been missing it. But now you have it. A little longer. Yeah. And guess what? It's not so heavy that you can't handle it. Yeah. Blow that out. It's been a long time since you felt the weight of your own love in your hands. And here's what you're going to do with it. You ready? You're going to pour it all over yourself. Start at your head. Just raise your hands and dump the palms of your hands over your head. And just feel that love all down the crown of your head, and it's dripping on your face, and it's going on your neck and your shoulders and your back, and it's just flowing down. It's just flowing down. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. And now feel that energy deep within your core. Let it flow. It's okay. Let it be like syrup or molasses. Let it take its time. It's flowing. Again, say your name and tell yourself, I love you. Tell yourself, I'm worth it. Tell yourself, I'm perfect. Tell yourself, whew, I deserve it. Tell yourself, I'm the one. Say it again. 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 I'm the one. Your love is still dripping down. It's just to your waist. Say it again. I'm the one. Say it again. I'm the one. This is your action. This is your pattern action. Say it again. I am the one. Whew. Just down to your hips. It's going slow. You're going to be saturated. Say it again. I am the one. Get into your thighs. Say it again. I am the one. Get into your knees. I am the one. Whew. Yeah. Again. I am the one. To your calves. I am the one. Say it again. I am the one. Achilles. I am the one. That's keeping you stable. That's helping you stay upright. That's helping you take the next step on your own and your own terms. I am the one. Say it. Your ankles. I am the one. Of your feet. I am the one. Flowing over your toes. I am the one. The soles of your feet. I am the one. Now just sit in it for a moment in silence. Just sit in it. Now come on back. This is your time. Your time to manifest. Your time to get all that is yours. One more breath in. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and blow it out. Give yourself a big hug. Thank you for joining me. Happy manifestation. And with that, peace and blessings to you all.